Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tovybest. Guess what we have to make today? I know you can't guess, but let me shock you. Today, I'm gonna make beans and yam porridge. Beans and yam porridge. And I'm using honey beans. So right away, let's go straight to the ingredients we have. Here is my honey beans, which I'm using today. This honey beans has been parboiled and cleaned up because normally I first parboil my honey beans to take off some of the acid out of it. So I've parboiled it and I've cleaned it up to go into final cook. And this is my yam, which I'm using. Why it looks like this, it has been chopped before and I put it in my freezer, so it's frozen now. So I'm setting it aside. That's the smoked catfish, which I'm going to use because I want the beans to feel something like smoked fish in it. So this is my chopped onion. This is my tomato and habanero pepper, which I'm using today. And also this is my crayfish, which I'm going to blend along with my habanero pepper. This is my seasoning cube, which I'm going to use. We are using palm oil, and that's the palm oil which I'm going to use today. And also salt to taste. As you can see, there was no much ingredients in cooking beans and yam porridge. So we go straight in cooking. Right here, my pot has been placed on the heat and there's water already on it which has been boiling. So right here, I'm taking my beans straight to the pot, which I'm going to allow to cook to be very, very cooked, and I want it to be soft and tender. And while the beans is already in the pot, I'm going to add some salt to taste along with it, and then my onion goes in. Why I put my onion so quickly like this is because I like cooking my beans with onion. So my onions goes in. That is not all of the onions which I'm going to use. I'm still going to dice onion, which I'm still going to use later because I like onion in my beans. So now we're going to cover to cook. So now we're going to cover it to cook. That's all I have in there. So we're going to cover it to cook until it becomes soft and tender. So while the beans is cooking, I'm going straight to blend my crayfish and habanero pepper, which is this. My crayfish comes in here. My crayfish comes in here, and my habanero pepper has been cleaned already, just to pull off this head of it. So my habanero pepper goes in, and also I'm going to chop some onion and add to it, and I blend it up, and then we come back to it later. As I earlier said, that I'm going to chop some onions and add to my crayfish and habanero pepper. So this is it. I've chopped the onions and I've added to it, and also I have some other chopped onions that I'm just setting aside for later. And so I'm going to blend this all together and set aside. And also I'm going to clean up my fish and take off the bones, because in a short while they are going to go inside and also cooked with it. They're going to go inside the pot and also cook with the beans. So I'm going to clean it up now, sort the bones out, and then set it aside as well. So let's check our beans to see if it's cooked. Wow, the beans have been cooking for quite some time now, and now, as you can see now, it's cooked, soft and tender. So now we can proceed with the other things. So we cannot proceed with the other things, and what we have to do now is to add our yam first. I'm adding my yam because I want my yam to cook as well. I'm adding my yam to it. Probably the pot will not be enough, but first I just have to allow the yam to cook before I can transfer to the bigger pots. So now my yam has gone in. So we're going to add some water to it so that our yam can be cooked. Then I'm adding water to it so our yam can be cooked. And then I'm going to cover for a while. So I'm going to add one of my seasoning cubes as well along with it. Yeah, adding my seasoning cube. And also these have to stay first because it's going to come later on. And then probably I'm going to add some water. Then I'm going to cover it up to cook, so we can come back to it later when it's cooked. Sorry, this is also the tomatoes we are going to use. I think I forgot to introduce it because I'm using tomatoes as well in this cooking. So the yam have been cooking along with the beans for quite some time now, and I am here to check to see if the yam is cooked, and I find out that the yam is cooked and it's soft and tender. So right away I'm going to set it aside because I noticed the pot is not going to be enough. So I'm going to set the yam aside so we can now use the bigger pot to finish it up. And the bigger pot is this. Yeah. So now the work is gonna start. So this is the bigger pot which I'm gonna use now, because I think after everything this pot is not gonna be enough. So our bigger pot is on heat, on the fire, and now I'm gonna add my oil to the pot. I'm gonna add my oil to the pot. Most especially, I like my beans. I like to have a bit quality, a bit much of oil in my beans, so that I like when it's really red. So I add oil already in my pot, and I'm gonna allow the oil to get heated before we can start frying our ingredients. So as I earlier said, this cooking is not taking much ingredients. So these are the ingredients I have for it: my blended habanero pepper, crayfish, and some onion, my smoked catfish which I have cleaned and cut in pieces, my tomatoes, my chopped onion, my salt to taste, and one seasoning cube, which I have already added one seasoning cube to my cooking, my yam or beans. So these are the ones I'm going to use to make my sauce. So now we're going to see if our oil is heated. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt to it, just a little salt, and then our onion goes in. So I'm going to give it a slight. I'm going to give it a stir. I'm giving it a stir. So while our onion is cooking, I'm going to add our habanero pepper, crayfish, and so I'm going to give it a stir. It does not really require much ingredients though, because it's already honey beans. It's tasty already. It's the kind of sweet beans. So I'm giving it a stir. Wow, come on, see the aroma. So now I'm going to add my tomatoes. My blender, I'm going to whisk it up to get all the leftover ingredient out of it, and then I'm adding it to the pot. Yeah. So I'm going to give it a stir, and now my seasoning cube comes in. So I'm giving it a stir as well, and then my smoked catfish comes in. So I'm going to give a stir, then I cover it and allow it to cook. So this is it. I'm going to cover it up, but first, before I cover it up, I just want to show you guys this is it. This is the sauce, as you can see. So I'm going to cover it up and allow it to cook for like 2 to 3 minutes or more about. So our sauce has been cooking for like 2 to 3 minutes now, if I'm not mistaken, and this is it, and I guess it is ready. So we're going to add our yam and beans, which has been already cooked. We're going to go inside right away. So we're going to add our yam. We're going to add our yam and beans inside. So first I'm going to salt the yam like this, because I wouldn't want it to splash all over this place. So I'm salting it like this first until you get to a stage where I can just pour everything in. Yeah. I'm not going to. I'm not going to add water to it any longer, because it has enough content of water that is going to cook with. So I'm just trying to stir everything together. I'm going to stir everything together. I'm going to stir it together so as the ingredient to be well cooperated with the yam and the beans. And then I'm going to show you. I just want you to see how so this is it. And now we're going to cover it up and allow it to cook. Look at that, our food is ready. Look at that. Ooh. Wow. You see, this is how I wanted it, and because I want it very cooked, soft, and it tastes so good. Oh my god, look at that. It's ready. We are about to eat. Our food is ready. This is the beans and yam portage. So it's ready right away, and we're gonna give it a taste, or we're gonna eat to see how tasty our yam and beans portage is. So right away, let me give it a try. It's quite hot. It's really so delicious. It's really nice. The beans are well cooked, so soft and tender. The yam as well, and the all ingredients are well incorporated. And as you can see, it does not require much ingredient. You can just prepare it, snap those things, get them out, and prepare your meal, and you and your family will eat. So look at that. It's quite hot too. Please guys, I want you all to join me up. Enjoy. Look at that. Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, so whenever I post a new meal, you'll be the first to get it. And also give your thumbs up, and also I'll be glad reading your comments at the comment box below. Subscribe. I love you all. Stay blessed, stay cool. Bye.